I think one thing that drew me to kind of a written prayer, to make somebody else's words my own, to have a
Mm,
liturgy to borrow, to have a prayer that somebody has prayed and maybe he's praying even right now and might pray in the future, like that that kind of communal element to prayer, even when you feel like you're just praying it by yourself, really became so much more real to me when my daughter was very sick and she
yeah.
was in the hospital and she was actually in the intensive care unit in the PICU, and she was on a lot of life support. And it was really this thin space of life and death. And it was one of the hardest seasons of our life. We had three little boys at home. My
Mm,
husband and I were, switching back and forth between the hospital and our house, and just bearing witness, just waiting, just sitting by her bed. She was so sick that we couldn't even like move her body, or
mm,
all the machines, like all the numbers would change. And it was so scary. And as a writer, I'm like, I work in words, and I had no more words. I had
mm,
no more words for God. I had no more words to put to the situation. I was just exhausted, and I was sad, and I was angry, and I just really didn't know how to pray. A lot of people would say, I'm praying for you. And I wanted to say I'm praying too, but I just couldn't, in that moment I just couldn't. And what helped me in that season was somebody gave me a little book that had little short prayers in it. And it was just something I could cling to in that moment where I didn't know how to pray. I didn't know what to pray, but I could just hold somebody else's words in my hand and make them my own.
mm,
And it kind of reminded me that I wasn't alone, and that I didn't have to have it all together. I didn't have to have the words. I could borrow somebody else's, and that I could still, pray. It just didn't look the same as I had prayed in the past. And